We're back. Another video, another tertiary host. That's like second, but like third. I know.
Tertiary.
Tertiary. Yeah, secondary is 2 and tertiary is 3.
Oh,
Big grammar guy. What can I say?
Sorry,
But
smart man.
this is Sam. Sam's one of our buddies. Sam's a phenomenal disc golfer. 1,000 rated.
I call him the Smigiel.
Three.
Sam the
I call him the
Smigiel.
Smigiel.
But Sam's a phenomenal disc golfer, 1,000 rated out of Grand Rapids. Kicks our butt most weekends.
All the time.
But Sam, tell us a little bit about yourself. How'd you get into disc golf? Where are you at now? How long you been playing? What arm do you throw with?
Well, just my right now, but so I started playing in 2006. Just got out of high
Wow.
school.
You know, I was 6 years old.
I was 4.
I'm an old guy in the game now.
You're younger than me,
Crazy.
Frank?
Yeah,
What?
I know. Wild.
You're 22?
22.
So I had a high school friend that said, "Hey, let's go play disc golf." Like, what's that? Well, you throw frisbees in the park. And I'm like, all right, cool, sounds fun. So I went and got a 3-pack of a Myers original frisbee discs. It was the putter, the mid-range, the driver.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure I broke the driver in my first round. And I know I don't know what I shot. I just played really terribly, but
Yeah.
I was instantly hooked. And for the entire rest of that summer, me and had a group of 9 other friends, and we would just go up to Old Farm Park and play like 4 rounds a day. It's
That's so awesome.
a terrible, course. That's just not challenging at all. But it's
Longest hole is like 200 feet.
Old Farm is very fun.
Every hole was just like pitch and putt. Like, you go
Yeah.
there now, you don't shoot 13, 14 down, you're pretty upset about it.
Yeah.
But, hey, we had a blast with it, and yeah, so
How'd you get into tournaments?
so I didn't really know about tournaments for the first couple of years. First tournament was a doubles tournament. Me and my buddy played AM3 and won by like 7 or 8 strokes. Got called sandbaggers for our first time, so that was pretty
Nice.
cool.
Good intro.
And then actually hurt my shoulder in 2009, and so started playing lefty because I wanted to keep playing disc golf. So sucked for a long time. Eventually, after a couple of years, got pretty good and was throwing over 400-foot left-handed shots.
Okay.
Yeah, Frank, you've seen.
Oh yeah.
Through one.
His left-handed backhand form is better than his right-hand backhand form.
Yeah,
It's pure. It's so pure.
It is. Nick, I don't know if we've played any tournaments where I've actually played. I've thrown it in.
No, that was
It's
before.
been a couple of years since I've done that.
Yeah,
just
before
because
my time.
Yeah, I got to a certain point where I started getting my forehand back, and I was only throwing lefty shots for like 400 and above, which is like just
Really
kind of
That's
a
so
wild,
funny.
That doesn't make any
way
sense.
to play the game.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'd go from not throwing a lefty shot for an hour to throwing a full power lefty shot, and started to hurt. I'm like, I just probably shouldn't be doing this. But then, yeah, I think just going through that and figuring out how to play with my non-dominant hand just kind of drove that competitive spirit. And once I could throw fully with my right hand again, it's like, man, I gotta start playing some tournaments. I gotta get this competitive juices flowing. And so started playing a few, and I didn't really play a lot of tournaments for a long time until I'd play 1, next year I'd play 2, and I'd play 4 or 5, and it just kind of grew from there. And so for the last, I'd say probably 5 or 6 years, I've really been, kind of getting after it and playing a bunch of events, and I love it. Still getting better, still improving. I'm
it's like
playing
30 or 40 a year now, isn't it? At least 30 or 40 tournaments a year.
I think it hit 29 last year.
Wow.
It feels
So,
like every weekend. It feels like every Michigan tournament I'm at, you're at too.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't play all the Q series that you played. I played CCR, but
Wasn't worth it. It's okay.
yeah.
It's not worth it at
Still
all.
won't be this year. So
Yeah.
No, I'm playing the one at Lake
Lake
Arvesta.
Arvesta.
Yep.
That'll be
there.
fun.
I mean, it's an A tier in Michigan. We got to play that.
Yeah,
Gotta.
obviously.
the course is so hard. Like I guess it's not super difficult. The shots aren't difficult, but it's 11,000 feet, and
It
it's
is
just
far.
exhausting. And it's not straight lines. You got to walk around the lake half of them. You throw
haven't
over the
played it
lake and
yet.
you got to walk around it.
So last
fun.
year,
It's fun, but it's
it
hard.
might have been 2 years ago. I played a C tier there, and Ryan Mulder was on my card. So it was 2 rounds of the longs at Lake Arvesta in one day.
Oh
And
my gosh.
I'm just watching him just dice the course up because he can throw like 600 feet, and it's
Yeah, he really can too.
He throws so far.
and
Yeah.
I'm just not doing that. So, I played a good first round, playing decent the second round, but by the back 9, I've just got nothing left in the tank.
Oh yeah.
I'm struggling, and that was a heck of an event. I'm never gonna play 2 rounds long.
Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, your first shot is 90 feet elevated. So you're on a sand mound. It's got a tee pad on it. 515 feet over water the entire way.
Mhm.
Like literally
Buzz.
the entire way.
I'm throwing
Yeah,
a
no,
buzz.
seriously, yeah. Throw a buzz, you throw an Athena, like you can swing a wide, destroyer, force, whatever, realm, spell.
Yeah.
Like super wide. It's great shot, but the basket is 15 feet from the water on the other side. It's so sick. So you can put your shot 40 feet and have a complete death putt.
We're gonna have to play that. I haven't played it
It's
yet.
so sick. It would definitely be one for a doubles event. I would play a doubles event out there. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So you got into tournaments. Did you start in AM3 and like work your way up, or did you go to pro?
I started in AM. I think my first like sanctioned event was AM2 actually, and I played a couple AM2. I played like between AM2 and AM1. I think I played less than 10 tournaments before I started playing pro.
Wow.
Do you remember?
Because I just wasn't playing. I wasn't playing that many events, and then when I started playing more events and I started getting, I started placing, I was just winning like stacks of plastic. Like that's back before you could even pick your disc. They'd just be like, okay, here's the here's the third place stack, and it would just be a bunch of discs that I didn't throw.
I did not know that.
I'm not tired of this. Like if I'm gonna go spend money to like win a bunch of discs that I'm not gonna throw, I might as well play pro. And
play for money.
And then started playing for money and actually cashed at my first pro event, which was sweet. And then then I realized like some of these guys are really, really good.
But who were you playing with back then? Like against?
So that first event was actually the final round was with Barham, Willie Prince, and Andrew Marweed when he was first starting.
Good.
And then
that's back when he was a sidearm only player.
Yep.
And
at age what? 16, 17?
I mean, he
might have
was
been a little older.
Yeah, he might have been like, out of high school, but maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's taller now than he was back then. So
yeah, he's like 6'7".
He probably wasn't even out of high school.
He's pretty big, dude.
But yeah, man. Then just keep on playing tournaments, play with good players, see good shots, want to do that, want to do better, and the competitive spirit just doesn't go away. It just keeps growing.
Yeah, like how do you get better? Like because you were at 990 for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then you finally broke the 1,000 barrier. Like, what's the difference between those couple points?
Playing smarter, like not getting in my own head. I did that a lot where I just get off the fairway and just try to throw the hero shot too often. and just I think when I'd play really well, and then once I'd get in contention and kind of lose a couple strokes, I'd feel like I'd have to gain that back really quick. And so it was like not even throwing shots that, were bad choices, but just kind of having that in the back of my mind. Like I'm worried about the end of the event and I've still got a round and a half to go. Like,
yeah.
Like there's so much golf left to play.
Yeah.
And so now I don't even check scores until like at the earliest, the back nine of the final round.
Right.
So like after the first round, you don't check scores?
Well, yeah, I mean, you kind of have
You
to.
have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not really,
Yeah.
but
Like, how does it even work?
3 holes in, if I birdie 3 holes in a row, if I bogey 3 holes in a row, I'm not looking at scores. I don't care what that
Same
did
here.
to me. I know what I need to do.
Same here. I don't look at scores unless I'm playing bad, and then sometimes I look, I'm like, oh, I'm actually fine.
Yeah, it's actually not
sometimes
as bad.
I'm like, sometimes I'm like, wow, that's just as bad as I thought it was.
Scores get in your head so much. Like this last weekend.
I just don't look at them. I just play, man. We just play.
Yeah.
Like if you don't look at scores, it's so much better. Especially if you're like 6 holes into the second round, chase card, lead card, or whatever.
Mhm.
Just don't look. Just focus on playing. Maybe look at the last couple
You're never
holes.
going to play a perfect round. Like you're going to throw a bad shot. That's going to happen. So
like I looked round 2 of the last hole on Sunday because I was like, okay, do I need to make this putt to like stay in cash? So I did. Sometimes I check for that. I'm like, oh, do I need to birdie this hole? The last hole. That's like one.
I'll do that. Or if there's maybe like 4 or 5 holes left, and I've got to run a really risky putt or I'm in a position where I might throw a shot that I wouldn't normally throw. I might check to see, okay, is this going to do anything for my position to give me a chance to win or to get me podium or whatever I'm going for.
Like, do you need the shot? Because if not, it's like, okay, let me just play. It's safe. You don't really need it if you're not hunting for the win or whatever.
I try not to think about, is this turning into a bad hole for me? Like I'll throw bad shots. I might throw 3 bad shots on a hole, but I'm not trying to think about it being a bad hole. I threw a bad shot. Now just walk up to the next lie and throw whatever shot I need to throw to get myself into position.
Yeah.
So you make a 10-foot putt, you make a 60-foot putt, you throw it in from 200 feet. It's all the same. It's all a stroke.
Yeah.
So
stroke's a stroke.
Exactly. It's about scoring.
Mm-hmm.
And took me a long time to really figure that out.
Scoring's hard. Scoring's playing safer than you think you have to, pretty much. And it's throwing shots that you're comfortable with all the time, pretty much.
Yeah.
Throwing your favorite shot all the time. Practically.
Yes.
Trying to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to score for your own game, you just got to throw your favorite shot pretty much as much as you can.
Yep. Yeah. Now that all these kids are throwing like 550, 600 feet, and I'm not doing that, like I don't even need to worry about like what they're doing because it's like, well, I'm not going to be doing that, so I'm definitely playing my own game.
Yeah. You're like the epitome of playing your own game because your form hasn't changed at all. Not a single bit.
My pull through is straighter than it was before.
Okay.
We're
true.
Improvements. We're getting there.
I do notice you're a little more bent over at the hips.
Yep.
I've noticed that you're not as straight up and down. That's the only thing I've really noticed. Is that true?
It is a little bit. Like I'm trying to stay a little more over the disc, and it's I find that it really it helps me actually hit my line a little bit better too, because now I'm not pulling the disc kind of away from my body and then back onto the line. It's that's kind of part of the straighter pull through is it allows me to have plenty of space to move
a straighter line. It's just the bent over is creating more space for your arm. Pretty much, and that created a better pull through as well. Yeah, but the startup always looks the same though.
I don't know. My footwork has never felt good. I don't know what to do about that.
That's the toughest part, in my opinion.
You and Nick Gill, just the same form, just play your game. Bang 60 footers.
Man, a lot of fun.
That's all you gotta do.
Sam and Nick Gill are a good time on a card.
Well, we all played different events this last weekend, I believe. Sam, you didn't play March Marsh, right?
Nope, I didn't play much mush. No.
So Sam and I both took down C tiers, and Nick placed well at a B tier.
I
Took
played
some
an actual
cash.
B tier, and yeah,
I don't know. My
it was a good group of guys,
one
dude.
win.
Everyone was like 1,000 rated, so
Yeah, that's fun. It was a very competitive weekend, but
yeah.
I had 50-mile-an-hour winds.
Yep.
I walked up to the course second round and was like reaching in my reach back. The wind was blowing the disc out of my hand. I was like, well, this will be an interesting round. And then I went birdie par, birdie, birdie, birdie to start my round, and was like, well, okay. Did not shoot better than 4 under. I shot 4 under for the rest of the round, but
that's good.
Hot start, felt good. Yeah, I mean, ended up winning by 9 strokes. Shot 1,013 golf. I think I got gypped the second round on my rating. Other people might have other opinions, but I shot 5 strokes better than the next guy, and he's 970, and then I shot 16 strokes better than a 980 rated player in one round. So I'm like 1020. I really thought I was going to be like a 1040. I was really hoping.
You're really hoping a 4 down was 1040.
Dude, that course is tough.
You
that
were.
course.
Really?
That course is
You're
tough.
hoping for
I was.
1040. You got
I was.
And you're hoping for a 1040.
No, I got 8 birdies. I had 4 bogeys. That course is tough. All par 3s, by the way. So, it's like Ashtamo.
Expectations are crazy.
Yeah, I haven't played Vicksburg in a while. I do remember it being a fun course, though.
It's so fun. Not with 50-mile-an-hour winds, but it's fun.
No,
what even
not
course would you have to shoot 4 down at for it to be 1040?
Toboggan. Toboggan's 1040.
You think Vicksburg is as hard as Toboggan?
Really? The pars, buddy boy.
Really?
The pars. Really? What the pars? I'm telling you, the course is hard. The best round I've ever shot out there is 7 down.
You thought your 4 down at Vicksburg was better than my 4 down at Toboggan?
Yeah, I don't think it was better, but I think it could have been 1040. It was a great round, dude. I was fighting. I was
good
fighting
win,
out there.
It's still a good win. It's a good it's a good confidence boost. It's probably good to just
be fair.
A win.
That is true. The rating started at 1032 when I clocked in, and then it.
Well, it'll get adjusted again after the month. So.
Well, Frank, when you become a propagator, then the ratings will change.
Heck yeah, dude! Higher ratings. If you win your tournament by that much, your rating should be higher. That's all I'm saying.
I bet ratings in Michigan. Do you believe in tour ratings, Sam? Do you think tour ratings are higher than normal tournament ratings?
I think for a lot of courses, yeah. I don't know if it's across the board, but if you
course specific,
yeah, like if you play safe. The thing about the tour though is there's a lot of people that are like, when you're trying to win on tour, you have to play so aggressive that you are gonna throw a lot of shots that are gonna put you in position where you're getting bogeys and double bogeys. Like if you're not making it happen. But I think, any of us could go out there, play safe, and shoot 10, 15, not too hard.
Yeah.
Given that you've got decent conditions, but like when you're trying to birdie and you're, challenging the OB and you're playing a little bit more aggressive, then there's a lot more stroke swings. And there definitely is, on the tour. That's why, like, if you play safe, you can kind of hang, in the middle of the pack and, get some decent ratings. But, how many people are winning, C tiers and B tiers in Michigan with an average of, 1075 rated events? Not many people.
But the courses also aren't difficult enough for that.
True.
I don't know about that.
So?
I think there are.
I mean, 1070 at Brewer, you got to average.
That's true.
down.
Not Brewer.
Yeah.
Brewer's not a good course.
I don't even know if we have the course for that.
Hammond. I shot 13, and that was 1070. And then Toboggan, I would say even Flip City, you could argue.
Yeah, Toboggan's a pro tour event. Flip City, absolutely not.
Dude,
Flip
with good
City,
pars, though.
You'd have to shoot, if it was 24 hours, you'd have to shoot 20 under at Flip. The ratings last year, the ratings were so bad.
Really?
They were so bad, yeah.
That's fair.
No,
I shot double digits and it was like 1,000.
I looked at that, and I'm pretty sure I've never shot my rating at Flip City. Like for an event,
Really?
I've
Dude,
I guess
played
that
around, but
I don't know why, but they're not good.
because that course is really hard. It's really hard to birdie on, but it's not hard to par on. Makes sense. It requires a perfect shot for a birdie, but there's not consequences
I think it's
for
because
not having a perfect
holes.
shot.
I think it's because there's too many holes.
It's possible.
yeah,
Yeah, because
I'm not looking forward to that C tier.
Kyle Williams shot like
Or
one of the
that B
best
tier.
rounds last year. He shot like 15 under on 21. I think we played last year. It was like 1030.
Yeah,
And it should have been like 1070 rated because it was
Yeah.
one of the most unreal rounds that have been had.
That sucks.
Yeah, ratings
That
weren't
sucks.
good. Like I was deep in cash and I averaged like 995 or something. I was like
Bluegill rates high.
Bluegill maybe.
for sure.
I would
But we-
love to
We
see.
get to play there, man. I wish we got to play there more.
I would love to see Joe open that up to the public.
Yeah.
Bluegill's a private course for any of you guys who don't know. That's in Grand Rapids, and it's. I mean, wait. Joe designed the PDGA logo, correct? That's his.
So no,
And
so
in
the
disc
old
golf?
they actually recently changed the PDGA logo. The PDGA logo used to be a picture of his brother Kenny Gill throwing a putt.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I knew he had something to do with the logo,
Yeah,
but he has a.
it was like that. For
absolutely.
30 years.
Yeah, he has an absolutely gorgeous 18-hole course.
Beautiful.
21-hole course.
24.
24-hole course on
Yeah,
his
24.
property. I mean, just stunning shots. Like,
Mhm.
there's three ponds on the property? A couple ponds on the property?
Yeah, there's 3 ponds on the property. You go
Yeah.
down, like you play hole 9 is it's
Straight down.
elevated and it's just straight down the pipe. You throw a putter and it's
hole's
you know
cool.
it is seriously like a 45-degree angle.
It
And
really
there's
is.
a
Yeah.
sign on
You
it
can
that
almost
says,
putt it.
don't
You
climb
do.
it.
You,
For sure.
you just drop your putter down the edge
We'll
with
throw
some spin.
putts on it for sure. But then you play 3 shots over the pond for the next 3 holes and
Mhm.
just absolutely gorgeous property. It's it's challenging. You throw every shot in your bag. Like there's not a single shot that you don't throw.
Right.
And it's so much fun.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to play there again. It's been a little bit.
Mhm.
Probably since Hall of Fame when it was there before it got
That was fun.
before it
That's
got
the
canceled.
layout.
That event
Before
was
it got,
sick. Well, do you know why it got canceled?
it
Do you know
was
that whole
'cause,
story?
Gosh, no, you're gonna have to remind me of something with
The assistant
with
TD.
Larry. Something with Larry.
Yeah. So Larry's the GOAT. Larry's an awesome tournament director. Has just done incredible work throughout all of Kalamazoo history. Like
There's
he
some
was
controversy with him, but I don't remember what it was.
and
for
it
that
was this
tournament.
tournament. Yes,
Yeah.
it was this tournament. So
Go on.
he grew up like running events, and I'm not kidding you. The payouts Larry had were like double anywhere else. I would go to a C tier, 7 people, 8 people in AM3, and I'd take $115. It's incredible. Like I mean, his payouts were awesome. So I love Larry, right? He would always do pro events. Reed, Frescura, and Andrew Marweed were often there competing, so it was fun watching them. Well, he decided to put on an A tier for the first time, and that was the Hall of Fame. Well, not Flip City, Bluegill, he was not there. Larry was not the tournament director on that course. He had an assistant tournament director. That guy, before the round started, got absolutely hammered. Absolutely hammered. And he had a gas golf cart that he was driving around the course and revving in the engine while people were putting, while people were driving. He would harass people while they were throwing, and just not good. And obviously that you can't file a report on him on PDJ. So it goes back to Larry. And Larry was like, listen, I worked my butt off to run a great event for you guys. Didn't happen, apparently, is what it sounds like. Everyone's complaining about it. Even though for the people who didn't deal with it, it was great. But he said, you know what, I can't do this anymore. Like, pros are too difficult. I'll run a few AM tournaments. He ran a few more, and then he was just like, you know what?
And he hasn't ran one since.
No, he runs leagues. He four days a week in Kalamazoo. There's leagues, and he has a great store down here and a smoke shop that just has a lot of really good discs. And yeah, I mean he's a great guy. Almost disc golf soul for his job now. I think he solely does disc golf. So it's cool, but
I played with
sad
him
to
once
see he's
at
out of the tournament.
Victory Park. I played with Larry once at Victory Park. He was like 995 rated. I was like, who's this 990 rated 40-year-old dude?
Yeah,
He
he's
just
insane.
shredded the course with a Zeus and a buzz, I'm sure.
Zeus and a buzz. That's all he needs.
Yeah.
And that 86 softy. He's
believe he
sponsored by
buzzed.
Discraft, and when Discraft offered him the sponsorship, he said, "I'll take," because he was on the tour team or whatever. He said, "I'll take it only if you let me putt with the 86 softy, which is a Whammo putter from 1986." He says he has like 50 of them at his house. They haven't made them since 1986.
Have you
But-
seen what the 86 softy is, Nick?
No, I
It's
haven't.
like
I have no idea what that is.
Flip your dog bowl upside down.
it's like a small frisbee,
Mm.
but it's
Yeah, it's like this big around. It's tiny.
it's so strange.
It's so small.
Kenny
Like
Hill
halfway
puts-
between yeah,
And
take an AVR and a mini buzz and like make the two.
And I don't understand it because like he can putt with it in the wind too. Like I watch Kenny Gill do it all the time. Like, and it's windy, and it's like the most understable thing you've ever seen. I mean, it's a frisbee. It's what it is. It's a frisbee, and it's a headwind. And he just super clean, just floats it up there, settles in the chains. I could never do that.
It's unbelievable. Both of
Need my
them.
Lunas.
Yeah, it amazes me. But that's why he's out of the tournament scene. It's sad, and that's why I think Bluegill's not being run anymore because they were good friends.
Yeah,
So-
they're probably pretty upset about it.
Yeah, I mean it was at Bluegill, right? So Bluegill got the like
Yeah,
had to deal with it too.
Mhm.
So
yeah. Don't want
just
that to
like,
happen again.
yeah, it's sad because that was a great event. It was a great
was.
event.
It was.
Good payout, good players. But
Yeah, the pars
Yes.
were. It was Ironman par, and like the winner
Mhm.
shot over par. I think.
yes, yeah. I remember shooting like two or three over and being like high 980s and being happy.
So for that round, the first round was at Ashtamo back when they
It
still
was.
had Mach 3s, and I had a bunch of didn't play well to start, and then had a bunch of spit outs because I putt way too hard, and
Yeah.
then I was in like 70th place or worse. Jumped up. I think I shot the hot round the first day at Bluegill because it was 2 days at Bluegill. It was either hot round or a stroke off a hot round and jumped up 40 spots in like a 90-person field.
Yeah.
That
That
course
was a big
is so
tournament.
tough. So fun. If you
Yeah.
can't lace lines, you will not do well at Bluegill. I mean, you have to throw perfect shots. There's nothing else you can do.
I actually played with Dave Feldberg practicing there
Really?
at Bluegill. Yeah, it was crazy.
I actually
didn't- he was really unrecognizable. He had like a baby
Yeah.
stroller with disc at the bottom of it.
Yep.
I was
We
like,
had that big RV.
Who is
Yep.
this dude?
That the first tournament that I was ever filmed on. I was like 930 rated. I was Hall of Fame with Dave Feldberg. It was Hall of Fame. It was Ashmo round. Round 1, I was put on lead card. I don't know why. There were way better players than me, but I was on lead card with Dave Feldberg. If you watch that, it's on Crew 42 back in like 2019. And I think Dave Feldberg misses a 6-foot and a 10-foot putt in the same round. It's wild. I mean, like, he could have reached out and put his hand in the bucket.
And he still shot really good because he was on
He still
lead
shot
card
great, yeah.
final round, wasn't he?
Yep. Yeah, he shot like 3 under Ashmo longs, which is impressive on iron pars.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. How do you think about putting, Sam? You're like a super good putter. Is there like something different you do than other people to be so good at putting?
I don't really think about making the putt. So I think that kind of a lot of people are too worried about making the putt, and I'm just trying to hit my line with the putter. So if the basket's right here, I may be aiming right here, knowing that my putt is going to hyzer in. So my aiming point is actually closer to me than the basket. And so I'm just trying to put it up into, just put it on the right line, knowing that it's going to go, like I want the basket to be in the way of my putt, basically.
Yeah.
So
She don't actually aim at the basket.
no, I mean, sometimes, yeah, like inside of 20 feet, you kind of have to, because like I'm not aiming above the basket. I have a little pace in my putt, so it's I'm pretty much
Okay.
aiming at it. But
Is
once
that
I
why
get to
you're
like 30
worse at
feet.
putting from inside 20 than you are from 50?
It sure feels like that some days, man. You've seen it. Yeah, I'll airball a 20-footer and then make a 50-foot comeback putt.
Yeah.
I don't know why that happens.
It's painful. Been there.
But yeah, I mean, my putting stroke doesn't really change a whole lot from 20 feet to 50 feet. My aiming point changes a little bit, and I might get the disc a little bit flatter so as it has a little bit more time to float before it dives at the basket. But
yeah,
I just try to have a repeatable stroke and try not to have anything too complicated. And like I said, I'm not really aiming at the basket. The basket's just kind of part of the shot, and if it goes in, it goes in. And you don't typically see me get too worked up about a spit out because if I threw what I was supposed to throw and it didn't stick, then I did my job.
On you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a pretty unique way. I know Gannon does like a similar thing where he aims for a hoop. I don't. That's why I'm not very good at circle 2 putts, but I probably should start. My circle 2 putts, I make 0. I think I made 0 the past 2 tournaments.
Same.
0 circle 2 putts.
But Nick, your circle 1 putting's really come a long way.
Thank
you.
That has
changed a lot.
You've been around since my really bad putting, and now it's gotten a lot better since.
Yeah,
I've put a lot of work into my putt. My circle 1 putt's always been like decent, but my putt used to be very ugly. It used to be very jabby.
Look where you are now, 1,500.
Jabbing, like you're really good at hitting the front cage.
You remember more than me, dude. I forget all that.
Yeah.
That was when I was 985 playing pro at Brewer and just like shooting at 11 under and then shooting like a 2 down after because my putting gets so bad.
Hurts.
I mean, it kind of happens with everybody. Like your putting does go in waves too. Like you're never going to be. I mean, I don't think you're not going to be on putting just all the time forever. Like sometimes the putt just feels a little bit different. Like, sometimes you don't have as much pop on the putter and you kind of have to adjust to that. So the stroke, might change a little bit, or your aiming point may have to change a little bit. Like I guess typically that's kind of what I do is I change my aiming point a little bit. So like when I'm warming up putting, like I'm just trying to figure out how my putt's feeling that day and just adapt to that. I'm not trying to change my putt before the round.
Yeah, how do you like warm up for tournaments or prepare? Do you practice a lot? Do you rest the day before? Do you, practice a little extra?
I try not to play too much the day before because that can really bite me. Like if I, get too sore and then just everything feels off. But I don't mind playing around or doing some field work before I actually kind of like that. I find whatever the last day before my event is, I like to try and just focus on like hitting my lines and figuring out how the disc is coming out of my hand and my backhand. How are my hyzers coming out? How are my sidearms coming out? Like what's my putt feeling like? So I try to just understand where my game is at that day, or like at least as close to the event as possible.
Yeah.
And then just get some good rest, eat good, and get to the course. I like to be there early. I like to be there an hour early to kind of loosen up and
kind
of take my time before I start throwing some shots, play a little catch, throw some putts. Kind of take my time. Starting to throw a little bit more. A little bit harder shots. Play a couple holes. I don't complicate it too much. There's not like a specific thing I have to do. I just, get my body loosened up and, kind of figure out how it's all feeling that day.
Yeah. Get ready to play, basically.
Yeah.
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 Cool. Well, big tournaments last weekend. Waco Pro Tour. Adam Hammis.
I hear
Hammis.
I've heard it both ways. I've heard Hammis, but then someone announced the winner was announced. They called him Hams. I was like,
yeah, because they're bad at speaking, probably.
But cool event. I know there was a ton of backlash from the pros. They don't like this course. I
I think
watched
it's mostly because
Ezra and
Goose and
Goose's round.
Goose and Ezra went at it, but it's just because, dude, you guys have no touch. That's why you don't like it.
They just throw far. But
That's exactly
it was
why.
so fun to watch. I have not been that entertained from a round of disc golf in a while. That third round, I was
epic.
watching at work and was just glued to my screen watching those final few holes. Like, whoa, this! I mean,
Commentators
anyone could
were-
win.
The commentators were also incredible. Grant and Brian.
Mhm.
I think that's my favorite commentating team.
They're just
Oh, yeah.
way more professional. Grant especially is. Or is it Grant or is it it's Charlie? Charlie Eisenberg.
Charlie. Yep.
Grant's got the big teeth gap, but
Dude,
yeah,
Brian
Charlie
does a
Eisen is really
great job.
professional. Yeah.
And I love Nate Perkins on the field because I feel like
Same.
he's pretty like raw and doesn't really. He'll just say it like it is.
Yeah.
They're jumping
But-
to him a little more frequently, and I like it.
Yeah.
They're letting him run with it a little bit
Yep.
on the course.
And dude, what were there like 15 people within 2 strokes of each other with like 9 to play?
There was quite a few.
It was
like
tight.
Ton. Because
The
that
entire-
lead card didn't do anything. That lead card did nothing that whole round. They didn't pull away in any way. And that chase
Well, they
card
didn't.
and the third card were popping off.
Mhm.
Yeah, as soon as they were
So-
taking pars on that back nine, everyone else was catching up because they were all
Mhm.
getting the birdies, and that made it really close. Like on the last couple holes, I mean, if you made one mistake, you were out of the tournament pretty much.
Yeah.
And then Adam,
I was
kinda
pulling
stole
for
it.
Macbeth.
I was
He did.
too.
That would have been cool to see.
Adam was not even in contention in my book. After his
Paul-
drive on 18, I was like, he's done. He's gone. He's not getting that.
When Paul got the lead on like hole 10, I'm like, oh yes,
Mhm.
That
finally.
was so close.
Then he just
That would've
started
been so
missing
good.
putts.
And there's so many players that have been like around a long time playing for 10 plus years on tour that were in contention. Greg Barsby, Nico.
Yep, Nico with a left hand, dude.
Yeah.
What?
Went lefty on 17. That's
And
Birdie and par on that hole on the weekend. That's gross.
Yeah, I think it's just because the course was so short and technical that it kind of just lowered the barrier for everyone to play well. And that's a course
You
that
don't have to throw 500
like
feet.
that's
do
like
well.
a B tier course, man. That's why
yeah.
all those older guys came up and played really well.
hmm
A
Yeah,
lot of them four-handers.
Yeah, been
It
throwing
was
those
so fun to
shots
watch.
25 years, some of those guys.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's why Simon did well too, because he's just
Yeah.
I mean, he's the king of touch.
He is. He really is.
He's such
Somehow-
a good disc. It's just
Yeah.
it's crazy just the different lines and the spin that he puts on the disc.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I think the
Wow.
most unique thing about Simon is his shortened reach back. When he shortens the shot,
Yeah.
he shortens the reach back and uses all wrists, so it's extremely accurate, and he can control the spin and speed of the disc like no one else can. You really
Yeah.
can.
That's,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool to watch.
That's what you do when you throw 100,000 times. You start your body
Yeah.
just adjusts just like that.
Yeah, he's been playing since he was 7, 8. So
And he's actually practicing now, like practice.
yeah,
putting.
which is cool. I watched that video too. He has a video on his
Yeah.
channel saying
like,
he's gonna
what?
post every day, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be he has a cameraman following him around all the time now, which is really exciting. And yeah, I think he's gonna do great work this year. If he
gonna
could
be
find
very
another, if he could make another Tour Series driver other than the time lapse, because the time lapse sucked, and I think he even doesn't throw it currently.
It's a little too slippery.
Yeah, it's slippery, it's flippy, it's
It's a little too
Goes-
slippery.
390 max. Like it just doesn't go far. Like if he could redo the driver, I think he would sell a ton of plastic. And this balance that's coming out, or it's not the balance anymore.
It's the
but-
balance.
Is it the balance?
Yeah, and then Eagles coming out with another one called
Oh.
I don't remember what it's called, but it's like a 10 speed -1.
Okay.
So a gap in the
Yep.
it's like around the photon area,
Yep.
you know, a little bit straighter.
It's a
Yep.
straight long fairway.
Yeah, which
Mhm.
it's probably just a step up from the trail, a little more
A
stable.
little more oversteer on the trail. I still haven't thrown trail. I need to
I
get my
neither.
hands on one of those.
I can't.
But-
So.
Now you can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was pulling for Lazat and Macbeth. Like, come on, just please. I love Calvin, but I don't know. I didn't feel like Calvin deserved to win. He was fighting, but I didn't see anything spectacular from him.
And then I mean, AB brought it back with he missed his eagle putt.
Yeah, that was
banged his
tough.
comeback.
I think that was
little shank on 17, and then he put one in the water on the upshot, and then it was over for him. He almost won still, and I wasn't even thinking about him until like hole like 15.
Yeah.
I was like,
and then
maybe he can win.
Why didn't he go for it on 15? Like 560 feet? Come on, dude. That's your shot.
I think he did.
No, he didn't. He laid up. They were talking about it on DGN. Like, why is he not going for this? Because he went for 16.
Because it wasn't really windy that round, was it?
Okay. No, it wasn't. I was shocked. It was a headwind. It was like a 5-mile-per-hour headwind.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing he wanted, he was like, I can throw guaranteed safe on 16.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll get my eagle. But it screwed him on 17.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Adam hit like one of the best putts for the win right behind James Proctor. It was disgusting. I mean, it was a 38-footer, but it was epic.
Right.
Oh,
You're not replayed all year. Like it's
That was okay. I will say that was so underwhelming. The commentators didn't talk about it. The crowd went quiet right after. No one was celebrating. Why did no one else putt out first? We should have let everyone else putt out. If you're ever taking a putt for the win, I think everyone should be done with the hole.
I mean, that's
because it was so dull.
He made it, and then everyone else just gonna
putt out. Like you let everybody else putt out when you know you're gonna make it. Like he still got a lot of pressure on that putt.
Yeah,
like that. I mean, that was the entire tournament for him. If he was like 10 feet, then they would putt out. But like,
dude, if Simon, if it wasn't for Simon,
like just change, the flow to like imagine how weird that would look. Like everyone, putts out and then he airballs it into the water and then he's got to go get it. He's got to
that's fair.
Doinks it and
right.
That's not a good look.
Right, and now he's 5th place instead of 1st.
Right. I think everyone was upset because Simon didn't get into the playoff, and no one was really excited for Adam.
I think that's also,
which is unfortunate.
Adam's a cool guy.
Simon's so big, and there's so many Simon fans.
Mm-hmm.
Adam hit that putt, and everyone's like, "Okay, no playoff."
Yeah, it's not.
Dang it! Congrats,
Matt fans. He's got the YouTube channel that's got 230,000 subscribers.
Imagine if Simon hit that putt.
Yeah, he would have been mobbed. He would have been mobbed.
Yeah, but Adam hit it. It's just an unfortunate thing for him, but it was still epic.
Yeah. Well, Adam has like 1,500 followers on his social media account.
What?
And that's true. You can look it up. I will look it up right now because it shocked me. I saw it and was like, no way. No, he's got 2 of them. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Because Hambone?
Yes. 3,057 followers. That's crazy.
No, his main account has 46,000 followers. What are you talking about?
Okay, well, I didn't know that.
Secondary, funny, stupid account.
That's good to know. Adam, I'm sorry for doing you like that.
What are you even talking about?
So Frank is following the scam account.
I'm like, why is he not posting all this, dude?
How many Pure Series discs did you order from that account, Frank?
I haven't gotten any of them. It's been 6 weeks. I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But I will say, I had a lot of fun watching that event. That was such a cool. I know they don't like that course, but it was
I love that course.
Really entertaining.
I get that and Idlewild mixed up.
Idlewild's so fun, dude.
Idlewild.
Love that course.
I'd love to play that course.
Yeah,
let's do it. Let's go down and play. There were open spots last year. Might as well. I've played it once. Fun course.
Well, we're gonna get our butt kicked if we play there for the first time in the Pro Tour.
No, let's just go down a day early. It's not a hard course. You throw. It's pretty stock shots.
It'll be just like New London. We'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Pretty good there, actually. I probably got like 15 birdies over 2 rounds and shot even. I had so many bogeys, but I had so many birdies. Yeah, dude, I was crushing that place. It was fun.
I actually played, like I had good stretches, but then what was it, like hole 5 or 6, that crazy par 5?
Oh yeah.
I played so far over par on that hole. I don't even know.
One of the hardest. That was the hardest hole. That was one of the.
I tried the layup around the corner and didn't even I screwed up my layup. Just grip locked it almost OB right because I just I was trying to throw something stable, like, I got this really overstable wizard. I was trying to flex that and just land flat. Threw it great in practice. Of course, tournament time, like, you're not going to do that.
Yeah.
And then just like barely got up the fairway. Ended up going OB after like my 5th shot or something. It was rough.
That hole's extremely difficult because that second shot, you can't even go for it, get around the corner. You have to lay up.
No.
After your drive,
It lands so straight.
which is a tight corner.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to throw like an overstable mid or fairway, get the skip, and then you have to throw a 400-foot layup shot, and then you can throw around the corner, and then you have to throw over an island 300 feet.
It's crazy.
That's a par 5. Like, you're not birdieing that.
Disc golf.
But it's an epic hole. It's a great score separator, honestly. It's probably more just like 10% pars, 10% bogey, 30% double bogey.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, speaking of birdie or die courses, this weekend, you two, and I'm on the wait list, but you two are playing Garfield Park, which it's the average hole length is like 190 feet. Yeah. I got some peer pressure.
It's a different style of course. Like, it's a different skill to play Garfield. It is.
Yeah, it's not my skill, but if I get in, I'll be there.
You can't throw like 100.
I don't throw 190 feet well. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't throw. Well, it's because I can't throw forehands. It hurts to throw forehands. I have tendonitis in my elbow right now.
Dude.
That's what I use. There's a ton of forehands, but that's all I do for touch forehand, like for distance, like 190 feet.
There's like 2 forehands.
I throw forehand on hole 1. I throw forehand on hole 2. Backhand hole 3. Backhand.
You do not throw forehand on hole.
Not on hole 2. Sorry. Yes, on hole 1, the little shorty.
No, you don't.
No, it's like 220 straight.
I throw forehand. I throw control forehand.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Are we thinking about Garfield hole 1?
Garfield hole 1.
You get out of your car. And stand right next to it. Yeah, I throw forehand.
Chandler Kramer doesn't throw forehand on that hole.
Are we thinking 20-foot standstill putter?
You're thinking of maybe 3 or 4.
The little.
You're thinking of 3. Elevated basket. You've got it's like slightly uphill. You've got a little tree on your right hand side.
Yes, that's the one I'm thinking of. Okay. Yes, I remember hole 1 now. Yeah. No, I do throw backhand on the hole, but I throw forehand out there a lot.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
That's why I don't like Garfield. And I can't putt.
How many forehands I throw out there? Like 3.
Not enough.
Like 3.
That's why Nick, you don't like Garfield.
That's why I love Garfield. I play really well there, actually.
You just played there a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I played there. I played there pretty good.
Well, we'll see on Sunday, and then you'll be like, "Man, I wish I threw more forehands." And I'll be like,
"So if you don't get in, you want to come caddy for me?"
I'd consider it.
Sick.
I'll think about it. Let you know, but
you definitely won't. But it's okay.
No, but we'll keep y'all posted.
Get to read his face. It's just the nice guy. Yeah, I'll think about it.
Yeah, I'll think about
Obviously a no.
No.
Obviously a no.
But we'll hit you guys with a podcast next week, give you a little update, kind of keep you informed. If you want to watch it, follow along live, PDJ Live. You can watch Nick and Sam. If I'm on there, hopefully not at the bottom. You never know. It's always a toss-up on courses like that for me.
There's a lot of good players there, so it'll be fun.
A lot of good players. But
Kyle Williams is playing.
Is he really coming back?
Yeah, heck yeah.
I haven't seen him in a little while.
It's like his first tournament of the year usually.
Yep.
Yeah, he's so good.
But
he's a shredder, man.
I love him. Kyle's so nice.
That is all from us, unless you guys have pressing matters. But that's all from us. Sam, thanks for showing up. We appreciate having you. We'll get you on later in the year. We got to get you some Sam updates throughout the year. But
thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching. As always, like, follow, comment, subscribe. PayPal, Venmo,
Cash App.
All the
Buy
things.
my jersey.
Yeah, buy Nick's jersey. But thanks for being here. We appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your night, and enjoy the warm weather.